watchers, welcome back to Faith, Family, and Fun Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. So as y'all can tell, we are going to get into Sonic. Oh no, okay, forgive me. Okay, we're about to do Sonic 3, alright? Okay, I'm still like in the moment, alright? Let me just first start off like this. How y'all doing? Welcome back to the channel. What's going on? How's y'all weekend going so far? How was the week for y'all? The end of the week? Cause yes, I know we ain't been really like connecting in a sense, cause y'all ain't get no videos in a few days. So y'all gotta catch me up in the comments. Let me know what's going on out there. How y'all doing? How you feeling? Oh, any new movies y'all been watching lately? All that good stuff. And with Christmas being next week, are y'all done with that holiday shopping yet? Or you just getting started? All that, let me know in the comments. All that, let me know in the comments. Forgive me for shaking the camera, y'all. But yeah, y'all let me know that all of that in the comments, okay? Well, I had the privilege. This was so much fun for me to not only watch Sonic 3, but also right behind that, y'all. I timed it right with the Lord's help. I ended up watching another film that y'all gonna get a review on. But I think, even though I'm recording this first, y'all probably gonna... Okay, y'all should be seeing this first. Okay, because I was going to record the other video first, with the other movie first. And I was like, let me go ahead and get Sonic out of the way, because then we got to get to real life. We got to get to real life, real stuff and all of that. So let's go ahead and get into the fun stuff. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our special feature today, which is titled Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Okay, now streaming, well, now playing in your local theaters. So make sure y'all get out there and watch that. But first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails reunite to battle Shadow, a mysterious new enemy with powers unlike anything they faced before. With their abilities outmatched in every way, they seek out an unlikely alliance to stop Shadow and protect the planet. Now, Faith Watchers out there, of course, when the first two films came out, which I hope y'all were able to watch them, and y'all can let me know in the comments how y'all felt about that, because I actually, before I watched this film, the latest Sonic the Hedgehog, I did go back and watch 1 and 2. I watched them in order, and it was so much fun. I really did enjoy it, and it just got me all hyped for the third one. So now that we are here, and this is the first one that I actually have my channel here, with me and Jesus channel here on, so that's why I didn't review the other ones, because I didn't even have a channel when those things came out. But yeah, I have one now. Well, we have one now. And so, yes, okay. Right away, I am a little bit biased. I'm always going to be like Team Sonic no matter what. I just feel that way growing up playing the little Sonic the Hedgehog games and all of that stuff. So yes, I just love me some Sonic. So here we are introduced to a new villain, a new enemy, whatever you want to call him. His name is Shadow. He makes a grand appearance in this film. And let me tell you, he is here to do some damage, okay? He is destroying everything in its path and all of that kind of stuff. Y'all gonna have so much fun with this film. I'm telling y'all, it is beautiful to look at, which you can't imagine with all this technology and all that stuff we got going on now. And I'm sure y'all probably heard things here and there about it, especially if you watch the first two films. Those films were amazing and they look beautiful as well. So of course this one does the same thing. It does look as amazing and all that good stuff. I'm saying you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to get exactly what you expect to get, a fun, family-friendly film. Yes, this is a film that you can take and enjoy with your family. If you have any young ones in your life, all that kind of little ones in your life, go ahead and take them, because there's nothing that I personally seen in there that would kind of, you know, be a little bit too much for them, for that little age group. I think they're going to have a blast. There were certain scenes in here that I just felt like it was more geared towards a younger audience. When I say younger, I'm talking about elementary, all that kind of stuff, you know, like the middle grade, elementary schools, all of that. That I felt like they would have enjoyed and appreciated certain jokes in there. But at the same time, there was a great deal of stuff that I felt like for teens and for adults, young adults, and just older adults or whatever, that I felt like they would appreciate as well. So I feel like this film all around did hit in every area. I felt like it did it justice. Like every member of the family will get something out of this film. They would get some kind of enjoyment out of it. So I just felt like they did an amazing job in that way. But y'all know this is just not your typical channel, especially when we do family-friendly films, especially with family-friendly films that has a great deal of, I don't know what I want to say. Okay, I don't want to say that, but we not looking. We're gonna put on our let's do this, okay? Because we faith watch. So let's put on the faith glasses, okay? Pretend faith glasses. We just put them on, right? So we gotta go through. We have to get into it today. I did mention the little things that y'all. Oh, I guess I should mention a few other things that I just felt personally that I did appreciate. And you may feel like, "Blue, you're late with this." Okay, I may be, but okay, I'm mentioning it now, right? The voices behind these characters here. I just thought, just looking at it from the actors here, Keanu Reeves, not Jim Carrey, Keanu Reeves, what is the other one name? Ben, I don't want to mess up his last name, and Idris Elba. I felt like they did an amazing, and I don't know who plays Tails, but y'all get it, okay? I felt like those voices, all of them, it was just so befitting. Like everything just lined up. It just matched. And I know these are the same voices from the first two films. We did a section of Keanu Reeves, voice in shadow. But I felt like he did an amazing job there. I was able to look at these characters here and not feel like I'm seeing the actors, not seeing the voices, the faces behind the voices. And I love that. I have a deep appreciation for that when an actor does this, especially when we know these actors and playing in all these other action films and all of that. And you get to see them come on this family friendly platform here. And all of that doesn't matter. Like, you don't even see the other stuff that they did before. And that I do appreciate. I do love that. So yeah, shout out to all the voice actors here. All of them, they just did wonderful. And we can't forget our favorites here that we do see their faces. Our characters Tom, and Maddie here, the married couple, Sonic's human family. I just love them. I love them in the first one and in the second one. And I have heard people say, I have heard it mentioned before I watched this film that they felt like these characters wasn't needed. They would just be fine with Sonic and his friends and all of that. And I personally disagree. I do feel like Tom and Maddie are needed because they are Sonic's connection to human life force here. They are his teachers. They are his guidances here. They are his instructors. They are the ones that help him become, I guess, in a sense, more human, because we see Sonic here, and we saw that in the first two Sonics as well, growing, he's a kid, and he's kind of growing up, and Earth is so new to him. These emotions and different things that he's feeling, all of this is new, and he has to learn emotional intelligence. And I feel like Tom and Maddie here played a major part in that in the first two films, and they play such an exceptional role here in this film, giving us that connection with Sonic. That's what I feel like sets him apart from his friends here with Knuckles and Tails, and especially Shadow. I feel like that's what sets him apart, and maybe even going forward in some future films, the fact that he seems more like that. He seems more human in a sense, and that's because he does have a human family who's helping him along the way. So please don't take them away. We need Tom and Maddie. I just love them here. I love that. Even though I felt like in this film, what I would have appreciated even more, that would just been like icing on the cake, if the stakes were a little bit higher. They were in terms of in general, with mankind, with the human existence that was on the line, and we got to see some action and all of that going here and there with Sonic and Shadow. But I felt like I would have liked more if they would have upped the stakes with making it, having Tom and Maddie in a little bit more danger. Yes, they always kind of dabbled in there. They always seem to be in the way because they are they're along Sonic's side and helping him, and just him being in the world and certain things, and they're connected there. But I would have liked to seen the stakes a little bit higher as far as their life would have been on the line, because I felt like that would have really, even though in a sense, because we still stand away from spoilers as usual, in a sense it was with one of the characters. I'm not going to say who, but I mean so much so where it was just really like that, where there's this emotional pull and your heart is on the line and you feel that. I would have loved to felt a little bit more of that, but I did feel like what made up for that is the fact of Sonic, him going through a certain emotion that he never felt before in this particular film, and him having to battle this darkness. And I felt like that was so necessary in this film, and it taught him so many different lessons. And one of the main lessons that it kind of focused on, and I was even thinking as I was watching the film, hoping that kids would take away the importance of choices and making the right choices as they navigate through life. And I felt like that applies to any age, of course, but I'm just throwing out their children because I feel like they are more they're more likely to make a change as far as when you consider in comparison to adults. A lot of adults are just set in their ways and just to take the film as pure entertainment and not really take the lessons that I felt like were threaded throughout the film a great deal. And there were so many of them. And I was just shining a little bit of light on the choices because we saw that in the first two films with Tom and Sonic's relationship and him teaching him the importance of one of the beautiful things that he has inside of him, which he wasn't even aware of until Tom pointed that out. And that is that heart. And Sonic was dealing with a lot of that in this particular film, dealing with those heart issues. And I did love it. Not to mention, the battle scene here was amazing. I love the colors. I love everything pretty much about this film. I felt like they did an amazing job. Everybody who played a role in this film, thank you. This was amazing. This was awesome. Keep it going because we love it. And yes, we're going to have to, y'all know I kind of did put on my fake glasses a little bit, but just narrowing that in, it did make me think about, and I kept thinking too, y'all, just for y'all who know we go deep on this channel, right? Because we faith watchers. But I was just thinking about like God and from his perspective and looking at us here. And it is so easy to give over. It is so easy to conform to the things of this world because the majority fits into that. The majority, it seems like every day are conforming, becoming more and more like what society paints mankind to be. And it's so sad and it's so unfortunate, and it seems rare to come across that jewel, to come across somebody who does have compassion, who does have a heart, who does not letting, and that's one of the things that this film shined light on as well, and Sonic had to learn, not letting your pain change who you are. And even though it sounds amazing, of course, it does sound amazing when you hear somebody say that. Of course, that sounds awesome. That sounds like an amazing person. But we all know when you're in a moment and you feel the pain, it is the last thing on your mind is probably thinking about the next person. And we dealt with that in this film with dealing with vengeance, revenge. And it was crazy, y'all. Y'all gonna know what I'm talking about as y'all are watching it. But it's one of the things that I wanted to kind of put out there, sprinkle out there, that it just reminded me about. It's no wonder God tells us the things that he tells us. He knows exactly what we're dealing with, what we're going to deal with, what we have faced. And he knows all of this. I mean, Jesus walked in our shoes. He have come here already and he has done it and did it perfectly. So it's like we don't have an excuse because we do have him living inside of us. If we choose to allow him to be that strength to help us, stay that course, to stay the path and not allow darkness to take over, to overcome it with good. And that's one of the things that I was thinking about as I was watching this film. And I was even praying throughout the film, just thinking about life in general with myself, like asking God, like, please do not let me succumb to certain things in life that we just didn't expect. Or, how people may treat you, or because people can be evil, people can be wicked, can do some horrible, horrible things. And we saw this even within this film. But what I do love about the villains that they tend to paint in these childlike features is they don't make them so menacing with how we would think in our hearts. When somebody done did us wrong, we feel like in our hearts that person is the worst person ever, that person is just straight pure evil. We never humanize them and feel like, well, maybe that came from something. Maybe something was happened to them to cause them to be this, whatever this may be. And I love in this film that we do that. We explore that with Shadow here, that we go a little bit behind. Well, we get his backstory. And so it makes you understand him more. It makes you feel for him more. And you're not thinking of him as this menacing villain that you just want out of the way. Like, just God, take him out. And I love that. And I feel like that's something that we should take away into our real lives, is the fact that you don't know people's backstory. We don't know people's heart, where they came from. It had to be something that took place before that moment that you're dealing with them, that caused them to be the human that they are. Unfortunately, they allowed the darkness to change them, and you don't want to become that same thing that you don't like or that you hate. That's the last thing that you want. And that's one of the things that I was like going back and forth in my mind thinking about. So yes, I'm gonna leave it at that. But I'm telling you, you're gonna get a great deal of fun. It is a blast, as well as what I love personally is just receiving life lessons, things that I can take back into my reality. You get all of that, and not to mention, like I said, it's just beautiful to behold. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into our scriptures, which y'all should have saw this coming. And we're coming out of, Romans chapter 12, verse 21. And it reads, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." So that's all I have for y'all for this video. Let me know as soon as possible in the comments how y'all feeling. Have you watched it already? Is this something that you plan on watching anytime soon? What were your thoughts? What were your takeaways? I would love to hear all of that in the comment section below. And until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.